Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, why am I working harder than everyone, yet I'm still failing? If yes, then listen carefully. Because the story I'm about to tell you is not just a story, it's a mirror. And inside it, you may see yourself. This is the story of a farmer named Arun. A man who believed in work. A man who believed in sweat. A man who believed that if you push harder, grind longer, struggle more, success will bow its head in front of you. But life had a different lesson planned for him. The dream. Arun was born in a small village. Dusty roads. Broken houses. Sun-scorched land stretching endlessly. Life was simple and difficult. Farming wasn't a choice, it was survival. Yet Arun was different. He wasn't satisfied with surviving. He wanted to thrive. While other farmers were content with small harvests, he dreamed of fields overflowing with crops, of abundance, of success so grand his children would never know hunger. People admired his determination. People praised his dedication. People said, "Arun works harder than everyone. He will succeed." So Arun worked. He woke before dawn while the sky was still dark. He walked barefoot to the fields, even when the ground burned his skin. He worked under the unforgiving sun until sweat turned to salt on his face. When others rested, he was still in the fields. When others slept, he was still planning. He plowed deeper. He watered more. He planted twice the seeds others did. He believed one truth with his entire soul. Hard work never fails. But life doesn't always follow slogans. The first failure. Harvest season came. Hope filled the village like festival music. Fields turned gold. Farmers smiled, laughed, celebrated. Except Arun. He stood silently in his field, staring at dry, stunted plants. His crops were weaker. Smaller. Barely enough to feed his family. Neighbors tried to console him. Maybe next year. Don't lose hope. You're the hardest worker here. It will pay off. Arun smiled weakly, but inside, something cracked. Still, he believed. Still, he worked. Still, he trusted effort. Because everyone said one thing. Hard work equals success. So he pushed harder. The second failure. The next year, Arun changed nothing except his intensity. He worked harder than ever before. Less sleep. More hours in the field. More seeds. More fertilizer. More hope. More prayers. Harvest season arrived again. And again, disappointment. The rain came late. Then came too heavy. The soil eroded. Plants drowned. Arun watched his crops fall apart like broken dreams in the storm. He wasn't just losing harvest. He was losing himself. He was losing faith. He asked himself the question you may have asked too. Why am I failing, when I'm doing everything right? Pain nobody saw. People saw his work. People saw his effort. People saw his struggle. But no one saw the nights he sat outside his little house, staring into darkness with tears hiding inside his eyes. No one saw the fear tightening in his chest every time he saw his children. No one saw the quiet shame when he couldn't pay debts. No one saw the silence when hope started to fade. Hard work was supposed to save him. But instead, it was killing him inside. He started feeling cursed. He started believing life was unfair. He started whispering. Maybe I'm not meant for success. Isn't that what failure does? It doesn't just attack your results. It attacks your identity, the turning point. One day, something unexpected happened. A wealthy old farmer, known for his abundant harvests every year, visited Arun's field. He didn't come with pity. He didn't come with sympathy. He came with truth. He walked the land slowly. Touched the soil. Examined the plants. Watched the irrigation. Observed everything silently. Finally, he turned to Arun and asked a question that pierced deeper than a knife. Why are you working so hard, on the wrong things? For the first time in his life, success wasn't an accident. It was engineered. The real lesson. People tell you. Work harder. Push more. Never stop. But here is the truth life rarely tells. Hard work does not guarantee success. Correct work does. A plane does not fly because it flaps harder than birds. A ship does not float because it struggles against water. A genius is not successful because they suffer more. Success is not about intensity. It is about alignment. You don't win because you burn out. You win because you learn how to move right. If you're failing despite working hard, listen carefully. Maybe your problem is not your effort. Maybe your problem is your method. Maybe you don't need more pain. Maybe you need more perspective. Maybe life is not punishing you. Maybe life is whispering. Stop swinging blindly. Pick the right weapon. Aim correctly. Then strike. Questions you must ask yourself. Instead of saying, I work harder than everyone, ask, am I doing the right work? Am I learning or just repeating? Am I improving or just exhausting myself? Am I following blindly or thinking wisely? Am I stuck in habit instead of growth? Because success doesn't reward sweat. It rewards sense. The farmer's final message to you. By the time Arun became successful, he wasn't proud of how hard he worked. He was proud of how much he learned. He was proud he adapted. He was proud he evolved. When people came seeking motivation, he didn't tell them, work until you bleed. He told them, work hard, yes. But work intelligently. Study. Improve. Adjust. Grow. Because effort is power. But wisdom is control. Then he smiled and said, don't just work harder than everyone. Work wiser than yesterday. Your life. Right now. If you're tired. If you're frustrated. If you feel like giving up. Pause. Not to quit. But to understand. Life does not change when you struggle. Life changes when you transform. You are not failing because you are weak. You are failing because your method needs growth. And that is good news. Because methods can be changed. Skills can be learned. Paths can be corrected. Your story isn't over. You are not defeated. You are just learning like Arun learned. Remember this. Hard work builds strength. Learning builds direction. Patience builds stability. Reflection builds wisdom. And together, they build success. So don't lose hope. Don't stop believing. Just stop running blindly. Stand still. Think. Learn. Then move forward again. Because one day, just like Arun, you'll look back and say, I wasn't failing. I was just preparing.